might as well give us our trophy right now because we're gonna smash that record.
Sean Whitley, known to millions as Farmtruck from the hit show Street Outlaws, No Prep Kings, is a racing icon. His name is etched into the history of car racing as a legend, but his career has been touched by tragedy. What trials has this car enthusiast overcome? Let's dive into the story of Farmtruck, the man behind the wheel. Sean Farmtruck Whitley is more than a car racer. He's a household name in the industry. Widely respected and loved by many, Sean is renowned for his exceptional skills in customizing cars, especially with limited resources. His fame exploded after he became a star on the reality TV show Street Outlaws, which launched his television career. Many wonder about Sean Whitley's journey to the top. The truth is, he didn't come from a life of wealth. He grew up with a rough background, but was rich in one crucial way: his parents' love and support. Born on March 26, 1966, Sean developed a deep passion for cars early on. His first taste of driving was in his mother's 1974 Dodge Dart, a car she lovingly let him use. Nicknamed Betsy, the car had a slant-six engine, and Sean adored it. It was just a good old car that never broke, and it was dependable. Old Betsy, he reminisced. As soon as I got behind the wheel and out of eyesight of the house, I turned it into a race car, even though it was a slant-six. My mom taught me by grabbing my pant leg and pulling my leg off the accelerator because she thought I was going too fast. After Betsy, Sean moved on to driving his father's 1973 Ford pickup, which later became his signature vehicle on the Street Outlaws show. He fondly shared his experience behind the wheel, saying, "I was learning to drive a standard 3-on-the-tree 1973 Ford pickup, which would do a hell of a burnout in second gear. That's what happened as soon as I got around the corner. Nah, it was a slant-six. It wouldn't even do a burnout," he added. Needless to say, I was excited to get behind the wheel of the truck. That's what turned me into a truck guy. No formal records of Sean's education, as his life was consumed by cars and trucks. However, he did have a work-study program during high school to help fund his dreams. He worked at a foundry that produced items like manhole covers and fire hydrants. Attending school until noon and then working until 5 p.m. He also worked as a janitor, cleaning and hauling away garbage. Despite these hardships, Sean never stopped chasing his dreams. He practiced driving on the streets of Oklahoma City, proving his dedication. "Hey, just because we're from Oklahoma doesn't mean we kick turds around all the time," he joked. "We have city streets around here. It's suburbia, more or less. I started on residential streets, and then it didn't take me long to get on the highway to see how fast it would go." Sean grew up just a half-mile from the iconic Route 66. He described his early driving experiences there. It was a rural area out there between the towns of Bethany and Yuko. There was not much going on out there, and that was my first time. To take a car out and go 100 meters an hour in it on Route 66, we knew where to go to stretch out a car. You don't want to do that in traffic and at stoplights. We went out in the middle of nowhere. Even when we were kids, we knew what to do. He practiced with many different cars and trucks, but a major turning point came when he was finally able to buy his own vehicle. "The first car I ever bought was a truck, and I went right into the truck world," he shared. It was a 1970 Ford 3/4-ton F-250 Camper Special, the same year as the Farmtruck, he added. "It was just an old farm truck. It was a crappy truck, but it was the world to me. I loved it, and it was all I could afford." He couldn't afford to fix it up and do anything to it because I was always fixing things that went wrong and trying to keep it on the road. It needed brakes. It needed carburetor work. It needed motor work. So it was a constant battle and constantly pouring money into it to keep it on the road. Eventually, he had to get rid of the Ford. I couldn't afford a new block for it. It had a cracked block, he explained. I just couldn't afford to fix it, and someone came along and offered me some money for it. I needed it at the time, and I sold it. After years of honing his skills, Sean's big break came when he joined Street Outlaws. While on Street Outlaws, Sean formed a strong and lasting friendship with a fellow racer known as a Zed. They've shared many memorable moments. together, including a trip from Oklahoma City to a mega race in Fontana. There, they competed against another star, Aaron Kaufman. Sean described the fun they had. What made it fun was that Oz went together. We built a car. We teamed up with our friends. We built a 1976 Trans Am, and we got to go out there and race it. We got to build a car in 3.5 weeks, and we just had a lot of fun. Their initial meeting was a stroke of luck. Sean recalled meeting Azien at a street race where he was driving his farm truck, and Azien was racing his Chevy to Nova. After we raced, we pulled over and started talking about the race, he said. We just started laughing. Both of us started cracking jokes, and there was some sort of energy between us. There is a 20-year age difference between us. But there was just something that we laughed at a lot about, and we knew immediately that we were going to be best friends. Their friendship solidified, but it was years before they both appeared on Street Outlaws. The show further strengthened their bond, making them inseparable. Initially, Sean never imagined they would achieve such popularity. It was a dream that we never had, he said. Azien called me up one day and said, "You are an internet sensation." And I was like, "What's the internet sensation thing?" He said, "It's on the computer. It's a YouTube thing. Everyone loves the Farmtruck." He believed scouts were watching for cool videos online. There were also a lot of other cool cars on the internet from the 405 Oklahoma City here. There was the Murder Nova. There was great footage of that. I guess somebody wanted to do a show about street racing. They got a hold of us, and that's exactly what they got. A show about street racing because that's what we do. Their partnership and chemistry remained strong even after they left the show. Media reports often highlight their playful dynamic and how they constantly try to make each other laugh. Sean once jokingly said they weren't getting much recognition, despite being on one of Discovery's top shows. It hasn't happened yet. We haven't been recognized yet, but we're excited for the day we do get recognized in public. During the show's run, Sean said they never knew what each season would bring. We are fortunate that the seasons that we have had in the past, the viewers have liked them, he said. We are never cocky about any season that we do. We are just going to give it everything that we got, and hopefully the fans will like it. Sean's journey with Street Outlaws started from the very beginning, as he was one of the early cast members. He and Azien were often seen fishing together. People often speculated that Azien would bait the racers while Sean did the driving. Known for his love of nitrous, Sean was no stranger to fast cars, and he believed that anything with wheels could be a race car. Before his giant 632 big block Chevy motor, he drove his iconic 1970 Chevy long bed truck. For a time, many misunderstood Sean and Azien's close relationship, with rumors circulating that they were dating. These rumors intensified because Sean was very private about his personal life, never sharing details about a wife or children. The speculation eventually faded as it became clear they were simply close friends. Over the years, Sean has accumulated significant wealth. His net worth is reportedly between $2 million and $3 million, earned through his successful career in car customization, street racing, and his role on Street Outlaws. Some sources suggest he had other business ventures even before his TV career took off. He and Azien are rumored to run the Farmtruck and Azien Shop, an automotive studio in Oklahoma City. He's also rumored to own a merchandise store selling car-related items, which gained popularity after his celebrity status rose. Despite his public persona, Sean is surprisingly private. "I don't drink. I don't do substances. I don't have much of a social life. It's just work. Go home and be with family," he once said. He found his release in his 1971 Firebird. Fans have spotted him circling the track at Western Speedway Oval in Langford. In an interview, Sean was candid about his struggles and regrets. After finishing fourth in the Bomber class in 2015, he was determined to win the 2016 season. He admitted to often feeling like he wasn't good enough, but his passion for racing and the support of his family kept him going. He later revealed details about his partner, Amber Brown, his 12-year-old son, Ryland, and his 19-year-old stepdaughter, Autumn, who helped him through difficult times. This revelation surprised many, as he had always been so private about his family. His struggles didn't just begin with Street Outlaws. He recalled his time at Old Belmont Secondary School, saying, "I've been wrenching since I graduated. I used to come here all the time in my high school days, and I would say, 'One day I'm going to race. One day I'm going to race.'" He also shared a painful part of his past. "I made some fairly poor decisions in my life with substance dependence. It took me away from life pretty much for 13 years, but August of this year will be 9 years clean and sober." He made a promise to himself to get clean and hit this track hard and give it everything I had. This was a shocking revelation to many, as Sean had always presented a strong front. He fought many inner demons and struggled for a long time. At the time of this interview, he was in his 4th season of racing, having finished 6th 2 years prior and 4th the year before. Another major challenge was his car. He shared, "The car was a lot of work. Took me about 7/8 of last season to get it where I wanted it to be. But on championship night of last season, I won pretty much every race I went into, except for the heat race." I added, "I didn't get a chance to do anything to the car in the off-season. She is where she was last season, and I hope with everything crossed that she stays together." He later modified the car with a 355 small block Chevy engine, and it ran smoothly after numerous practice sessions. Sean, who works as a mechanic at Vic West Automotive in Esquimalt, noted, "I'm one of the only ones out here who runs a 4-speed standard. I find you can control the car better with a standard in it." He credited his career and passion for cars with helping him overcome his substance dependence. Though his past struggles weren't widely known, he fought and won a difficult battle. "What took me out at the knees was cocaine," he admitted. "I had no idea I was an addict. I tried it for the first time and I lost everything. The second I attempted it, it was over." He also battled a heroin addiction and switched to a harder substance after drinking and smoking. These struggles were made worse by the loss of his mother to leukemia. "It was a brutal thing watching her deteriorate," he said. He added that all of this happened 20 years ago and no one knew. "Poor choices came into play, but now I'm back," he insisted joyfully. After getting clean, he worked on his Firebird, which had been neglected for a long time. "I figured I should make it a little brighter because new drivers are coming into the class, and from experience, it can get real ugly real fast, and if they can't see your car, there's a good chance you're going to get hit." Sean also shared the dangers of racing. "Racing isn't for the timid," he said. While fans were cheering, he admitted to being scared to death at times. After sustaining fractured ribs and many bumps and bruises, he explained, "What the spectators see in the stands doesn't do it any justice. This is car number 4 for me, and the first 3 didn't live. It's a lot worse in the car than watching from the stands. Now it's about coming out, turning laps, and relieving stress. It was something I needed to do for myself, and it's been extremely enjoyable." His passion for cars also meant he sacrificed a normal childhood. He started driving his father's truck at just 12 years old, a time when most kids were playing video games. Kay spent his youth building his career, and he was dedicated to proving that a car's appearance didn't matter as much as its engine. He showed the world that he could transform any vehicle with wheels into a great race car, but it came at a great personal cost. While many believed Sean Whitley had a smooth career, he faced several personal tragedies. Working on cars always carries a risk of accidents, and one such event nearly derailed his career. Sean suffered a serious injury to his right hand while working on a vehicle with a tire machine. The injury was so severe that he had to rely on his left hand for daily activities, including handshakes. Many of his fans were unhappy about this. The constant questions and scrutiny affected him psychologically. The injury left a profound impact on him. He struggled with post-traumatic stress disorder. Despite his hand healing physically, the mental trauma lingered. This led to a degree of stiffness in his right hand, which medical experts believe was his way of coping with the pain. In addition to his hand injury, Sean also battled Bell's palsy, a condition that caused partial facial paralysis. For him, It felt like the universe was working against him. His tragedy continued with a major scandal that enveloped Street Outlaws. Street Outlaws was thrust into the spotlight for all the wrong reasons after a fiery crash took the life of cast member Ryan Fellows. The show was accused of filming without a required Clark County film permit. A county spokesperson confirmed a Clark County film permit was required but not sought. This discovery came to light after News 3, investigating the crash, requested a copy of the permit to understand what safety precautions were ignored. The production company, Pilgrim Media, claimed to have obtained a permit from the Nevada Department of Transportation NDOT to close the roads for filming. However, an NDOT spokesperson clarified that their permit requires the acquisition of all other necessary licenses, including a film permit. The Clark County permit application also demanded insurance coverage, a description of activities, and a processing fee, none of which were met following these revelations. Ryan Fellows' family filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court, claiming gross negligence. The lawsuit, which named Warner Brothers, Discovery, and Lionsgate Entertainment, alleged that the drag race was filmed on a dusty, weather-beaten, rough asphalt roadway in the Las Vegas desert that didn't meet industry safety standards. It also claimed that the defendants had witnessed numerous crashes in the area but failed to move the races to a safer location. A Discovery Channel spokesperson released a statement. The Street Outlaws family is heartbroken by the accident that led to the tragic demise of Ryan Fellows. We extend our deepest sympathy to Ryan's loved ones as they process this sudden and devastating loss. These lawsuits and scandals negatively impacted the show, which had once been a fan favorite. Street Outlaws premiered on the Discovery Channel on June 10, 2013, and ran for 15 seasons. The show's early seasons captivated audiences with dramatic episodes. In the Season 1 premiere, Chuck called out Flip, and Big Chief, Nova, and Flip pranked Chuck by impersonating security guards. Brandon challenged Farmtruck to get on the top 10 list, and fights broke out between racers, creating a lasting impact. The Season 2 premiere featured Farmtruck and Azan racing against 4 new drivers vying for a spot on the top 10 list. A Texas race club challenged the 405's best, leading to brawls when the Texans tried to change the rules. Big Chief made a deal with Freaking Rican, allowing him to call out Farmtruck in exchange for fireworks. A shakeup occurred when Derek was called out by newcomer Andrade, and Chuck was challenged by Barley. The season ended dramatically when Big Chief, Nova, and Chuck spied on a test run, and a gold car veered off the road. Season 3 saw Big Chief step down as racemaster to compete in his twin-turbo Pontiac. Farmtruck, AZN, and the Dung Beetle had a run-in with the police while testing. During the premiere, Vlee's son, Tony, quit the team. Kana dropped off the list, creating an opportunity for new racers. The racers from Tulsa called out the 405. And Farmtruck and Azan tried to raise money with a garage sale. Both Nova and Chuck upgraded to twin turbos for the races against the Tulsa guys. The show continued to produce thrilling episodes, but Farmtruck faced numerous personal tragedies behind the scenes. What do you think about Sean Whitley's tragedy? Do you think he deserved the suffering and pain he endured? What are your thoughts on the demise of Ryan Fellows? Do you also believe Street Outlaws is to be blamed? Leave your thoughts in the comments.